We welcome all of our viewers to our third annual Pepsi Cola Juniper Lanes King and Queen of the Lanes tournament. Looks like it's going to be an interesting show. I'd like to introduce my co-host Harry Porter. We'll be giving you the play-by-play for the ladies portion of the tournament. All of the competitors that are here today have qualified in a 5-game qualifying round, and we're running a step-ladder final. We'll have the 4th and 3rd place ladies competing. The winner of that will then go on to play the 2nd place qualifier, and the winner of that match will go on to place or to compete against the top qualifier in the final match of the tournament. So we're about ready to get started, Harry, and we can introduce our 2 competitors for the first match of the ladies.
Okay. First of all, we're going to have Margaret Sissons, who finished 4th. And second, she'll be bowling Nancy Van Oosten, who finished 3rd in the tournament.
Before they get started with the bowling, I'd just like to thank our sponsors, Selkirk Beverages, our local distributors of Pepsi Cola. They're our sponsor again this year, and I'd just like to thank Chuck and Eric, Randy, and all of the helpful crew over there for all of the things they do for bowling in Cranbrook. So I think we're about ready to get started. Our lead-off bowler is going to be Margaret Sissons, and let's see if she can get things started off. Margaret qualified 4th today with a 239 average, and there we go. Starts off with just a beautiful ball, gets a strike out of it, and now our 3rd place qualifier, Nancy Van Oosten, she qualified with a 241 average. We'll see what she can do. Over her. Okay, just misses a little to the left of the head pin. I'm sure she's feeling a bit of the nerves. First time on camera for her. See if she can convert to a spare.
Oh, she missed that one.
Might take them a frame or two to settle in here, and I'm sure they're going to give us a good match to watch. Okay, so she takes 10 for the frame. Both the competitors, as the viewers will notice, will be bowling 2 frames at a time. We use the same format as they do on the other television shows throughout the country, of bowling 2 frames at a time.
Nancy got tapped there with the left corner pin. So she pick up the big spare here. There we go.
It's a good spare. Okay, so Margaret started off with a strike, and let's see what she can do here. Margaret's currently bowling 2 leagues a week here at Juniper Lanes. Her high average this season is 250. Her high triple is a 968. Yes. Margaret's off to a great start. She's got 2 in a row, and let's see if she can keep the string going.
Margaret got tapped with the right corner pin there.
A little bit thick, and we'll see if she can take the corner away for a spare here in the 3rd.
Yeah, Margaret came through our youth bowling program, and she's been one of our top bowlers ever since. She's gone to many of our provincial events.
Great ball there. Okay, so Nancy's working on a spare, and we'll see if she can get something started here.
Just missed that one a little bit.
And she takes the spare. don't believe Nancy is bowled in the Youth Bowling Council, but I know she's been an active coach with the Youth Bowling program for probably 15 years and maybe more. So she's certainly
Yes.
into the sport and supporting the kids.
She's originally from Grand Forks, where she was the program director over there. Helped develop the program.
And she gets another spare. Oh!
She got robbed.
Tough break there. She'll just try and take that away for a 15 count. And try and get something started in the next frame. Yeah, okay. Good ball there.
Yes, that's always a key part of this game, is to make sure you pick up all the pins that you can.
Yeah, I think we saw that in the qualifying round in both the men's and the ladies. We had some pretty close finishes for that fourth qualifying spot, and oftentimes a few of those corner pins is what makes the difference. Margaret just couldn't follow that one through. She kind of stopped her arm a little bit short and went to the left on her. We'll see if she can take the spare here. It's a better looking ball. Oh! Tough break there. She'll just try to clean them up for 15. Important thing is, once you get an open frame like that, just forget about it, shake it off, and start it up again the next frame.
13. So after 4 frames, Margaret has a 41-pin lead.
She's definitely in control, but it's, there's lots of game left yet, and we know how things can change. Okay. Both of them seem to be a little tense, perhaps, not letting the ball go like they normally would.
Yeah. And Margaret ended up with a 250 average this year, so.
They know she can throw it. There we go. Okay, let's see if Nancy can get something started here. Oh, tough break there.
The dreaded head pin.
No one likes to see those, but we all get them. Should just try and clean up the sides, take a 15 count, and get something started in the 6th. Good ball there. Nancy's league average this year was a 214, and her high triple was a 348. Or excuse me, her high single was a 348, and her high triple an 819. She takes a 10 count there. Moves over to the other lane, and we'll see if she can get something started here. Oh,
Another one.
she's hitting what she's aiming at, but
The 5-3 split.
it's not paying off for her yet. Okay. Of course, the winner of this match will be going on to play Margo Meldrum. She was our 2nd place qualifier.
She lost that one.
Only a 10 count there. She's struggling a little bit. She's hitting the middle, but just can't seem to get the pins to fall. So Margaret's working on a spare in the 5th. She has 106 in the 4th, and here she goes with her 6th frame.
No, she's a little tentative in her delivery right now.
Margaret throws basically the book perfect 3-step approach, and that's the way they try and teach everyone how to do it. She just seems to be pulling up a little short at the end, and that'll oftentimes cause the ball to move to the line. There she throws her ball, so she has her spare in the 6th, the 126 in the 5th.
Yeah.
Let's see if she can.
Yes, Margaret's definitely in control now. If Nancy's going to have to start getting a few black marks in here in a few minutes, a few strikes and spares.
Yes.
Oh, yes, nice ball.
That's the ball she throws normally. Real nice control ball.
Yes, Nancy really needs a strike here. She's down by 71 pins right now. Ooh. Another head pin.
This is one of those games that all bowlers will get, and none of us care for them too much. Whoops. Last 3 frames, she's hit the middle and either got head pins or splits, and it's just a real tough thing. You're so close, but not quite. So she takes the 10 count. Let's see if she can hit that head pin without punching it out.
Oh, 4 in a row. Just a little tight in her delivery, and
that's right. Oftentimes, if you're able to get a little more spin, English, whatever you want to call it, on the ball, some of those will break for you. You can get a chop off or perhaps even a strike out of them, but it's just not happening for Nancy today. Oh, she takes a 15.
And that'll give Nancy
I'm sure all of our regular bowlers out there can sympathize with her. We've all had games like that where.
Yeah. Well, with this frame here, Margaret can put the match away.
That's correct. She's definitely in control. Strike in the 7th, and here she goes with her 8th frame. Oh. Might be contagious, I think.
Yeah. But that frame will not hurt Margaret in her score. She's.
So just try and clean it up. Take the 25 count on the strike, take 15 for the frame, and she's in the driver's seat. She takes a 23 count for 179 in the 7th. Margaret's done a lot of tournament bowling. This past season, she went to the Provincial Open tournament, which was held in Kelowna, and bowled quite well out there. She's been to numerous youth bowling tournaments and tournaments throughout British Columbia.
Margaret just needs a 9 count in this frame, and she will have the game won. Yeah. And there she goes. That's enough for her to win the match. Now.
That's right. She got tapped on that, but that gives her the win. So we'll just finish the 9th and 10th frames off here, and Margo will be going on to compete against Margo Meldrum in the next match.
Nice.
Good picking on the corner. There we go. The crowd knows she can't win the game, but they're still cheering her on and making sure she tries to have a good finish to this game.
Get over.
3 pin.
Many of the viewers will notice we're now doing our scoreboard manually. Coming shortly, Juniper Lanes is upgrading their center, and they're going to have an automatic computerized scoring system. So next year on the show, we'll be looking at a video monitor with a computerized score screen on there. And Nancy takes the 13 count. It's a tough game, but she was hitting the middle. It just the pins weren't falling for her. She ends up with a 144. And now Margaret will try and finish off in style here in the 10th.
Oh, nice ball.
Ooh. Great ball there. She just got tapped, and that's all part of the game. She gets her composure, and she'll try and spare it up. And now she'll try to cap it off in the 10th frame with a strike.
With the strike in this ball, she'll end up with a 250 game. It should be a nice start.
Yeah.
240 is her final game.
240, a great score. So Margaret Sissons wins that match, and she'll now go on to play Margo Meldrum in the second step of the finals. That was a good match, Harry, and the next one should be an excellent match as well. We've got two of the higher average lady bowlers in Juniper Lanes competing here in Margo Meldrum and Margaret Sissons, and I think we should look for some good scores.
Yes, I think it'll be a very good match on this one.
We've got two ladies. One of them, Margo, has been bowling for 28 years. Margaret Sissons has been bowling for 20 years. Both former YBC bowlers, both been to numerous provincial championships. Margo is actually a national youth bowling champion as well. So we've got a lot of experience and a lot of talent out there in the lanes for this match. So looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a dandy. Bowlers are just getting ready and getting lined up here, and should be starting in just a minute.
Yeah.
Just like to once again thank our terrific sponsors, the folks over at Selkirk Beverages, Chuck and the gang. They've just been super to the bowling community here in Cranbrook. All kinds of support for different tournaments, and just want to thank them for everything they've done.
Yes, they've been very good to us this year. I'd like to support them.
So we've got Margo Meldrum, Margaret Sissons. Going to go head-to-head here, and the winner will go on to play our top qualifier, Donna Fralick, in the final. I think they're about ready to get started, and should be a great match.
Anytime.
So Margaret's going to start this one off. She'll bowl one frame, and then we'll have Margo bowling 2 frames, and then each of the competitors bowling 2 frames each after that. Margaret gets set. That look on Margaret's face, I think she was saying to Margo, well, it wasn't that great a ball, but they went down, I'm going to take it. And
yeah,
you bet we all take those.
Yes, well, what is not commonly known as a slider. It's just squeak down that way.
Let's see what Margo can get started here. Okay. Just a little bit wide on that one. I'm sure she's going to find her mark here. She's a fierce competitor, and she's not going to let anyone walk away with anything.
She's very competitive, and she's going to make a close match, I think.
There we go. A little bit of a late faller, but still a spare. She'll try and throw a strike on top of that. See the concentration on her face?
Oh, yes.
Beautiful ball. So Margaret's working on a strike in the 4th, and she gets set for a first and gets set for a second frame. Good looking ball.
Didn't quite.
Moved a bit on her at the end and left the left corner pin. Over.
Oh, yes. Nice spare. Nice spare.
Good picking. As you can see, the basic, good solid 3-step approach and the concentration in her eyes. She's got to lock everything else out, the lights, the cameras, and the crowd, and just concentrate on where she's aiming.
Yes, if they let the crowd get into you in the game, it'll throw your concentration right off.
She gets a nice kick there on the 2-pin, and she's got a good game started. Margo gets set. We'll look for a good ball here. Just missed on the right-hand side. Almost a repeat of the last one. She's just got to find her mark and reach it out there a little bit more. She knows what she has to do. It's all running through her mind right now as she gets set.
That was a tough frame there, leaving 10 pins standing. That could come back to haunt her after a
That
while.
always hurts you, yes. Strikes and spares are always great, but you got to remember to pick up the wood, pick up those pins left standing on your third ball.
Yeah. Margo's a little tentative in her delivery right now.
That's right. She's just leaving it a little bit to the outside. That could be perhaps not reaching. She might be a little bit off in her 3 steps as well. It's sometimes hard to judge what causes it. There she gets a better ball. Spares it up in the 4th and keeps herself in the game.
Margaret's got 60 up in the 2nd with a strike up in the 3rd, so she's
definitely off to a great start there. Near miss there.
Yeah. Pushing herself a little bit right now. That's the way. Keeping black marks all the way across. That's the idea.
That's the way to pile the score up, and she'll get set here and see if she can put a strike on top of that spare. She's definitely not finishing off. What we mean by that is she's not finishing out with her arm out over the lane, over the foul line. It's important to keep that arm swing going. Takes 15 there.
Well, this is a good opportunity for Margo to pick up some of those pins that she's...
That's right. She's sitting with a spare at 55 in the 3rd, a spare in the 4th, so she throws a strike here and she's right back into this match. And she does it, yes.
That's the one.
Great ball there. That puts her right back into the game, and see what she can do here in the 6th.
You could see that one in her delivery. Halfway down there, she got her timing out of sync. And
that's right. It's important with your arm swing and with your 3 steps that they be in synchronization, and just a little bit of off timing just throws your aim point off, and that's what happens. You take a frame like that. Let's see if Margaret can reach out and throw that ball that she usually throws here.
Big sigh of relief there.
Yeah, breathe a little sigh of relief, you betcha.
Only 10 points separating these two right now, so
close match. And in the background there, behind Margo, we have Daniel Meldrum, her little son. He's one of our youth bowlers here at Juniper Lanes. And Margaret gets
what a break there. Those are sometimes the breaks that you need in a game to get you over the hump.
For sure. There's a lot of skill and a lot of talent involved, but a little lucky break sure doesn't hurt. Margo gets set. Let's see what she can do here.
Yeah, Margo's a little tentative with her delivery rate now. She's not quite following through. A little bit of the pressure starting to get to her. She needs a spare here. Back in the game. That frame will hurt her.
Definitely.
Got to take that big 10 points that are standing there yet.
That's the ball she wanted to throw first. Now she takes the 15 count, and
Margaret's opened up the lead to 40 points now.
See what Margo Meldrum can do here in the 8th frame. We have Margaret Sissons getting ready to throw here. She's definitely in the driver's seat in this game, but there's still a few frames left. Nothing's for sure yet. She's got 155 on the 6th, spare in the 7th.
We've got a temporary stall here. There we go. It's all fixed.
What we just had there was a string tangle. A lot of people might not realize, but each pin is actually on a string, and every once in a while they get tangled, and that's what that problem was there. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful ball.
Yeah, that frame just increased Margaret's margin by another 15 pins. She's got a 55 pin lead now.
Definitely sitting in the driver's seat here. Going into the 9th frame.
Yes. Definitely is taking control of this match. Margo pretty well has to have a strike here.
That's right. The best that Margo can do now is she's got to try and get a strike or two here and leave the rest up to Margaret. She does, yes.
Now we got a match coming in.
So she's not rolling over. I think we're going to see a...
It's all going to come down to the last of the 10th frame now.
That's right. She's in the 10th. The best she can do here is just strike out, and then she's got to sit back and see what Margaret's going to do.
Yeah, she still needs another strike here to put the pressure on. A little bit light on that hit. Got the 13 pins for a 43 count.
That's right. Just try and spare it up here. Yes. Yeah, good solid corner pin spare. And she'll just try and cap it off with a strike here for a 233 game.
2:33 game, but unfortunately it was just a little bit too late.
That's right, it won't be enough. Sitting right now, Margaret has 230, and she has her entire 10th frame left to throw. She has 185 in the 7th, strike in the 8th, strike in the 9th. So all Margaret has to do is just make this official, knock a couple of pins over, and the match is hers.
Margaret's still got a chance for a 300 game here, though.
That's right, she's got a good start there. She's 185 in the 7th, and a possible 320 game.
Oh, nice ball. Ooh, just touched the pin.
Tickles that one over, and that's official. She's the winner of this match. She'll just finish off the 10th here, and she'll go on to compete against our top qualifier in the ladies' side, Donna Fralick.
Oh, she missed that one as soon as she let the ball go. But it won't hurt her.
So she needs this. Oh, so she ends up with a
264 game. So Margaret will go on to meet Donna Fralick in the final match to determine our winner.
So we had a good match there. Margo gave it a good shot. She had a few problems. She still bowled a 233, which is a good game by anyone's standards. And now we'll have Margaret Sissons up against our top qualifier, Donna Fralick, in the finals. Donna's been bowling for 31 years. Her high average this year.
Here's a replay of Margo's last frame.
Let's have a look and see what she's doing here.
Yeah, and that's the frame that
decided the match. The crowd's having fun anyhow. They're not near as nervous as the bowlers are, I don't think.
That's for sure. Yeah, they're having a good time.
So anyhow, we've got Donna Fralick coming up and Margaret Sissons against her. Donna's another one of the top lady bowlers in Juniper Lanes. She's got a 238 league average. High triple is a 927. High single, 393. Here we have Margaret again.
Here's Margaret's last one. There we go.
Beautiful ball. So it was a great match, Harry, and now we're down to the final, and it should be a good one.
Yes, ladies will be getting ready here in a second.
Looking forward to this one. We've got Donna Fralick up against Margaret Sissons. Margaret's average her league average is a little bit higher. They both been out on a few tournaments this year, and both done lots of tournament bowling in the last few years, and should be a great match. When we get our two competitors like this, the person who qualified highest decides whether they get a bowl first or second. And we'll see here in a minute what Donna has decided, whether she's leading off or whether she wants to bowl second.
It looks like Donna's going to start.
She's decided she's going to bowl first, so she's going to get up, and let's see what we can do here. Should be a good match to determine our Queen of the Lanes for 1994. Just misses to the right a bit there. Donna had an excellent game in the qualifying round. She threw Donna threw a 385 single in the qualifying round. It was a super game. Tough break there, so she'll just try and take 15 here and then let Margaret have a shot at it.
Donna's been sitting around for two matches watching all the other ladies bowl, so she could be a little.
That's right.
A little tentative right now.
Might take her a frame or two to get into the groove. Margaret gets set. She's going to start her game off.
Whoa! Same as the last match, Margaret starts off with a nice little slider, and she has that type of ball that the pins will slide a little more rather than sliding around.
Right. And as all of us league bowlers say, once it's up on the scoreboard, who cares what it looked like, right? Still a strike. There's a good
Oh, yeah.
Margaret's definitely here to bowl. She starts off with 2 strikes in a row. Let's see what Donna Fralick can do here in the second frame. Looks good. Oh.
Yeah, she rushed herself on that. Still a little hesitant on her delivery, but
Tough break, so she'll just try and clean up all the wood and take the 15 count.
there she goes. She ends up with 12 that frame.
She's sitting with 25 in the second frame, and still early in the game. She'll try and get something started here. She had to go back and push the reset button there with the new computerized scoring system coming soon. That will now become unnecessary. That will all be done for you.
Yes, there we go. Now she's on track there.
Now you can see the ball that helped her to qualify in first place for this tournament. Just a great ball and never a doubt.
Margaret's working on 2 strikes right now.
See if she can keep the string going.
Yes, nice ball. Oh, yeah. She's in the groove right now. She's
going to be tough to beat. She's throwing her ball, and she looks very comfortable out there.
Yeah.
Just takes her time and gets set.
Yes, over. Just rushed herself a little bit there, but
pushed it out to the right. She'll try and regroup and just spare it up now.
That's the way. She's keeping them black with that spare there. Gives her 110 in the third already, so.
Off to a great start. And Donna, of course, working on a strike. Let's see if she can keep it going here. Oh. Perhaps looks like she's trying to place the ball a little too much, not throwing it and letting it go.
No,
and that's important to get that mix on the ball that causes the pinfall.
That's a better swing. Nice ball. A lot smoother on that shot. For any of our viewers that are hearing some pins falling in the background, it's some of our men who will be bowling on the stepladder next are throwing a few practice balls, getting ready for the next shift.
Hangs that one out a little bit.
20 count for her spare. 75 in the fourth. Margaret's up in the fifth, working on a spare. Oh, nice ball. She's rolling now. Is there a 30 count on her spare? So that gives her 140 in the fourth. So that gives her a 65 pin lead right now.
Yeah, she's just off to a terrific game here. Looks like another one.
Yes, another one. Oh, yes. Margaret's starting to take control of this game now. Donna's definitely got to start getting a few strikes here.
Well, sometimes when your opponent gets going like that, it spurs you on, and let's see if Donna can equal the challenge here.
Oh yes, nice ball. That was almost a must strike there. She's got to get a couple more here to...
That's right, just to stay in the game. She can't gain control just by striking, but she's got to throw those strikes and just hope for an opening where she can make her move.
Yeah, she knew that one as soon as she released the ball there. She bounced it out there a little bit instead of rolling it.
Real tough break. She can just try and clean it up here, and she'll sit back and regroup and watch what Margaret does.
Left 5 pins on the deck there, so she ends up with 10 that frame. That could hurt her. Okay, Margaret's working on 2 strikes, coming up to the 7th frame here.
Yeah, 140 in the 4th, strike in the 5th, strike in the 6th. Here we go to the 7th. Let's see if she can keep it going.
Yeah. Oh. Didn't quite get the slider this time, but
great count there, and she'll just try and convert it here. This is her easy corner for all of the viewers out there. For most right-handed bowlers, the left corner is the easy one to pick, and for most left-handed corners, the right one is the easy one to pick. So let's see if she can cover it here.
Nice ball. Yeah, she's got good control of this match now. It would take almost a disaster right now for Margaret to lose this match.
That's right. She's sitting in total control. She's just going to try and keep that going here.
There's the good equalizer, is the good old head pin. It can make the match a lot closer with that now.
It's ugly. It's really, really ugly.
Tough one there, but as you can see by the scoreboard, she's still sitting.
Yeah, she's got
well
a very
in control,
lead there.
She'll just try and clean this frame up here and take 10.
That'll give her 243 in the 8th, and her opponent can only get a 272 if she strikes out. So
that's right. She's got it sitting well in hand.
Still has 2 frames to go. So
let's see if Donna can get a couple of strikes here and
it's a must.
Make the end of the match interesting.
Yes, nice ball. Right corner pin was a little lazy going down, but it did fall. Donna can't afford an open frame anywhere along here right now.
No, that's right. She absolutely needs another strike here, and then 3 in the 10th to even have a shot at it.
Yes, she did. She's coming back strong. That's how she got to be the first qualifier.
So Margaret goes up for her 9th frame, 243 in the 8th. A strike here would just about lock the match up.
Yes, Margaret basically just has to clear the deck. Solid right corner pin. Ooh, she missed it. This is an important one here. That she must take this off.
That's right. She needs this pin here. Take 15.
By doing this, the next frame, if she takes 15, she can shut her mouth.
That's correct. Okay, she takes a 13, so she's sitting at 256. Donna has a
Margaret needs a black mark here, and she can shut out her
That's correct.
opponent.
She needs either a strike or a spare, and then one more pin, and that would guarantee her the match, and she'd be our new Queen in the Lanes for 1994. This could be an interesting finish. She takes the 5 on the right-hand side.
Well, if Margaret takes only 50 and Donna strikes out, we have a tie.
Yeah, she takes a spare.
And that will give Margaret the match.
That's right. She needs just one pin here, and Margaret Sissons will be our new Queen of the Lanes for 1994.
And that's the way to do it with a strike.
Good strike there.
It's 286 and a lovely game.
So Donna's just going to try and finish this game off great. She knows that Margaret has the match, but she's got 3 balls left. Let's see if she can strike it out.
That's it. Donna's a very strong competitor, and she's going to finish this out the best she can. And
she's got a possible 272 up there.
oh, she got away with that one. She was afraid she was going to get the head pin again.
So Donna Fralick gets set to throw her final ball. Possible 272 game.
Oh, she just lost it.
She'll settle for 262. Still a great game and an excellent match as the competitors shake hands. So there's our night on the right-hand side, our 1994 Queen of the Lanes, Margaret Sissons. She started out, worked her way up, and definitely a good match. Here we have Margaret again.
Yeah, they're showing. There we go. There's nice, easy delivery, nothing fancy.
That concludes our ladies portion of the King and Queen of the Lanes for 1994.
Here's Donna's last frame here. Look at this, right in there, never a doubt.
Now we're slowly getting set for our men's portion of the tournament.
Now we're looking at our 2 men's contestants that'll be coming up on our next segment.
That's correct. In our men's qualifiers, we have in 4th spot David Barry, in 3rd spot Lionel Baker. In 2nd, we have Alan Harrison, and in 1st spot, my co-host right here, Harry Porter. So Harry's going to be leaving us shortly, and Margo Meldrum will be sitting in for you. And now we'll get to watch you out there and see what you're doing right or wrong. Should be fun. So we have David Barry finishing 4th up against Lionel Baker, who finished 3rd. So we'll get started with that in just a few minutes.
Margo.
Of course, Lionel Baker was our top qualifier, or our King of the Lanes from last year. We have Lionel Baker and David Barry sitting there, and Lionel was our King of the Lanes from 1993, and he's sitting there trying to concentrate on the match and getting ready. Should be a good start here. We got the old veteran against the young fella out of our youth bowling council. I'm really looking forward to this match. David Barry's been bowling our YBC program since he was, I think, 6 or 7 years old. And he's going up against Lionel Baker, who's been to all kinds of zone, provincial, national finals, one of the top bowlers in not only in Juniper Lanes, but in the entire Kootenays, and one of the top bowlers in British Columbia. So it's going to be a great match, and looking forward to it. I've got my co-host with me now, Margo Meldrum, and we watched you out there. How was it?
really hot and scary. Really scary out there.
Well, you gave it a good try. You bowled a good game, and it was fun, wasn't it?
It was lots of fun. Lots of fun.
Okay, so we've got our next match, I think, ready to go. And we'll see who's going to start here. Lionel's got the choice as to whether he starts or not. And looks like David Berry's going to start. I know David was a bit nervous in the qualifying round. Let's see what he can do out here. He's a great bowler and just an all-around good guy. I sure hope he does well.
Oh! That's a chop off.
Starts with the chop off.
He's a very smooth bowler. I was watching him during the qualifying round. Doesn't get rattled easy.
Starts with the spare.
Yeah, I know he's just happy to be bowling on the finals. Lionel's a good competitor. He had that $3.99 last year.
That's right. Our King of the Lanes from last year bowled a $3.99 in the tournament. And if you watch this guy closely, you'll see why some folks call him Tiger. He's a fierce competitor.
Get over! Yeah!
There we go. He starts off with a strike.
David's really going to have to work because Lionel's not going to hand it to him. He's going to have to really bowl well.
Absolutely. He's going to, he's got his hands full.
Yep.
But if he bowls like he can, we're going to see a good game.
Mm-hmm.
David qualified with a 267 average today. Lionel punches the head pin. Lionel was the third place qualifier and he averaged 281, so it was terrific scores just to get into these step ladder finals. See if Lionel can clean up all the wood here.
Looked like he just rushed it just a little bit. He might still be nervous.
Yeah. To all our viewers, you'll notice that some of our top competitors, even when you punch a head pin, it's important to put that behind you and start it up again the next frame. You can't dwell on that. You can't think about it. As soon as it's done, you leave it behind.
Yeah, shake it off.
Let's go, David, let's go!
Okay, David's got a spare in the first. Let's see if he can put something on top of it.
Oh, he got an extra 2-pin there.
Follows Lionel with the head pin and gets a little bonus.
It's ugly! It's ugly! It's really, really ugly!
David's been bowling for 5 or 6 years. Yeah.
That's a good cleanup there. Just the 3-pin left for 15.
David's high average this season was a 223. His high triple was a 905. A high single a 418. So we know he can throw the games and he cleans through. Just misses. Takes a 12 count down.
Now David has to shake that head pin off and come back with a really nice ball.
Gets set.
They're tied at this point, but it's still early in the match.
Nobody likes to see those. Dreaded head pins. That's 2 in a row for David, and all he can do is just try and clean it up and start it up the next frame.
No, that was a tough break.
That's okay, David.
Well, I know what that's like.
Yes, that one really hurts him, but he's just going to shake it off and just get in his groove. Try and get comfortable. It's important that in a competition like this, you don't dwell too much on what your opponent's doing. You just every ball you throw, you want to do the best you can.
That's right.
And concentrate on that. You dwell too much on score, and perhaps you have a tendency to start pushing yourself.
That's right. Yeah.
Here we go with Lionel. Let's see what he can do. Great ball there.
Lionel gets ready to throw his next ball. You'll notice he's using his personal bowling balls. A lot of bowlers have been doing that.
That's correct. That's a change that's come in a couple of years ago, and we're kind of like 10-pin now. 5-pin bowlers can have their own personal bowling balls, and a lot of people are taking advantage of that. Ooh. Another head pin. So they're both close, but they're fighting it a bit. Let's see if we can just clean it up.
And he had a rough break there. They chopped that off.
Of course, Lionel's got a great league average. He's averaging 271 this year, which is just terrific. He's had some great scores. He's had 1,063 triple this season. His high single is a 435. Just at the end of this season, he's bowled a 410 triple again, a 410 single, 1,030 triple. 38 years of bowling he's got behind him. Here's David.
Oh, no. That's too bad that neither one can get ahead.
They're both on the middle, but not counting. They've just got to concentrate and try and clean up the wood here. Perhaps he's starting to feel the lights and the camera out there a little bit. It can be intimidating.
It does kind of make your legs shake a bit. Oh.
Okay, that really hurts him. He takes another 5 count there, so he's sitting at 44 in the 4th. He's just got to get on the side of that head pin, and I think once they start to fall, he'll loosen up a little bit.
That's right, yeah. This is his first major competition like that other than in YBC tournament.
That's correct. There's a lot of pressure. There we go.
That was a nice ball. It's different with that camera staring you in your face too. It makes it a little bit more scary.
Okay, so Lionel's going to get up here and see if he can get another strike. This is the lane where he's had both of his strikes on, and he's had head pins on the other lane. So let's see if he can.
He's not that much far ahead of David at this point.
Oh no, it's still very close games. There we go. Notice Lionel's very methodical. He's a lot of that ritual that he goes through is wiping the ball, spinning it in his hand. It's just a comfort thing while he's concentrating on what he's doing. Then he gets up and he's ready to throw the ball.
You can see that concentration on his face as he
Absolutely.
sets up.
So he gets past the 1 in a row. He's got 2 strikes in a row, and David's working on 1 strike in a row here. He's got a strike in the 5th. Let's see what he can get going here in the 6th.
Yeah. So he's sticking right with Lionel. It's interesting to see the veteran against the rookie.
That's right. It's just a great match, and I think it shows a little bit about the greatness of the sport of bowling, where we bring the kids in so young, starting at age 5, and it's something you can do for a lifetime. Hang on. Oh, this is a spare. That's a costly miss for him there. Cleans it up to 15.
Those corner pins are very tough. They look easy when you
He's
just
got
watch.
130 in the 7th. If he strikes out, he's got a possible 265. And Lionel's getting up now. He's got 2 in a row, throwing his 7th frame. So really has a chance to take control of this match here.
And when Lionel starts striking, we saw how he can just continue.
He's got the 3 in a row. One more here would put him right in the driver's seat.
Yes. He gets ready to shoot that concentration. He just stares at that spot.
He has 4 in a row.
David needs to strike out to keep the pressure on Lionel.
That's right. He's going into the 8th here, and he's just got to concentrate on that middle for his strikes.
He got tapped on that
That's a tough break. That was a good ball. And oftentimes that happens to you when you need that strike, just like it did there today. This is the spare, so he'll just try and take his 15. Get something going in the 9th.
That was a good
Cleans
shot.
that up.
He's got 145 in the 8th. Little thin on the head pin. He was
Soft hit there.
got a nice cheering section here.
We do. We've got a lot of our bowlers that competed in the qualifying round, as well as a lot of spectators out. It's nice to have them here.
Makes you feel like you're not alone out there when you're...
That's right. I think this is a totally different experience for a lot of the competitors, because they're standing up there by themselves. They're used to bowling when they have bowlers all around them and lots of noise and lots of action. So
That's right.
it's a bit of a change in the environment.
Well, Lionel has 160 in the 6th. And David,
Lionel has the match sewn up.
He does.
He has, without throwing this ball, he has 205. And most David could get is 203. So Lionel will be going on to our next match, but let's see what he can come up with for a total score here.
He was tapped as well.
Takes 43 on the first strike. Now he'll just try and spare this up. Covers it. He's looking real strong right now. When you start picking your corners and throwing strings of strikes like that, he'll be up against our second place qualifier, Al Harrison. He's just going to try and keep his concentration, stay in the strike zone there, and finish the game off. Throwing the first ball in the 10th.
That gives him a 263 in the 9th. So he can make over 300 if he strikes out.
See the concentration there.
Nice ball. That was all the way.
So he needs the head pin and one other pin here to get a 300 game, 263 in the 9th. Let's see if he can make the magical mark at 300. Excellent game. 318. Actually, a 308.
Should be a 308. 308.
He's good to strike from the 10. He knows he's done, but he's probably loosened up now. He'll probably throw us a couple more strikes. Pressure's off.
He's had a lot of those.
Still a great showing by David Barry just to make the stepladder finals. Averaged 267 in the qualifier, and I definitely think that's a feather in his cap. Great game and a good showing. So, that concludes the first match of the men's stepladder finals. We have Lionel Baker as the winner, and he'll now go on to compete against Al Harrison. Al averaged 287 in the qualifying round. It looked like he was throwing a good ball out there to me, and I think we should have an exciting match here. Al's league average this year is 252. His high triples a 916. His highest single ever is a 425. And he's getting closer to Lionel in years bowled. He's got 24 years in bowling, and to Lionel's 38, so should be good.
Should be a very exciting match with lots of strikes, lots of good shots.
I'd just like to take the opportunity to thank our wonderful sponsors, the people at Selkirk Beverages, our local distributors of Pepsi Cola and Pepsi products. This is the third year in a row they've been helping us out with this program, Margo, and they're just a terrific gang down there checking the bunch. So the bowlers are just getting set, deciding who's going to throw first and who's going to bowl second, and we'll have the match here for you in just a minute.
We have a really good attendance right now, and as people are mulling about, and I know they're getting excited to see this next match. Looking forward to having lots of strikes.
Okay, so I think our competitors are about ready to get started with the next game in the men's finals. We have Lionel Baker up against Al Harrison, our third place qualifier. Lionel Baker up against the second place qualifier, Al Harrison. So Al's getting ready to start, and looks like it should be a good match, Margo.
Yeah, it should be. I was watching Al bowl in the qualifying. He's got a beautiful backup ball, and when it's working, I'll tell you, he gets lots of strikes.
Absolutely, great mixing ball, and
just like
there
right
you
there.
see it there.
Looks like he's as loose as can be with that first ball.
Looks comfortable out there, and Al's been bowling for a lot of years. He started out in the youth bowling program as either a jet or a bantam. He's been at it for 24 years. I think Al's about 29 or 30 years old right now, so he's had a few years under his belt too. Up against the veteran here, Lionel Baker.
Yeah. So the match starts even. That's a good way to start.
So Lionel gets set. First ball, second frame.
Oh, got a good call that time. He dropped it a bit, but paid off in the end for him.
Lionel has that great action on the ball. Actually, both of these bowlers do. They have that great action on the ball, and a lot of times where most of us would leave a corner, they have the mix, they have the speed where they take the strikes. And I think we'll see that as this match goes on.
Yeah, with that good mixing ball, you can give yourself a lot more room on the head pin.
Absolutely. You can get away with some hits that most of us wouldn't be able to. So I'll just kind of set that one down, squirt it off to the right on him. Let's see if he can put it in the pocket for a spare here. Great ball.
No problem. see these two miss very much.
Al hasn't done a whole lot of tournament bowling this year, but he's still bowling 3 leagues a week, and I think you'll see that here.
Oh, that was a great miss.
I think these guys are serious, Margo. They're
I
here
think
to
so,
bowl.
yeah. Makes it exciting for us who are watching. Lionel's resetting on lane 6 to get ready
That's
for
right.
when
He's
he bowls
just
out.
regrouping a little bit. You can see how keyed in he is, and he just wants to be totally set, and totally ready before he lets go of that ball.
That was a good mixing ball, but left that right
Kind of a heavy hit there, so he leaves the right corner, but you don't carry a 271 average by not sparing them. I'm sure
That's
he's
right.
going to take this one off with a spare.
That was no problem for them.
Great spare there. He's got strike in the first, strike in the second, spare in the third. Gets ready for his 4th frame.
Oh, and he just missed.
Here miss there, so he's got 93 in the third. Let's see if he can spare it up.
This should be a relatively easy spare for Lionel. Got a good break there.
Thick hit, but that's that mixing ball again. Takes a spare. Let's see if Al can keep it running. He's got 60 in the second, strike in the third. Here he gets set for his 4th frame.
Match is still young and they're both still fairly even. He takes out that 3-pin.
Looked like his timing was just a little off there. Now he's got a tough spare left here. He's got a 3-pin spare. As we can all attest to, it's not an easy one.
Just needs to get down and throw that strike ball to spare this up.
So Al opens up in the 4th frame. And he'll just try and take what he can here. Get on with the next frame.
That was an excellent
Good
hit.
cleanup. Good cleanup. Takes a 15 count. Let's see what he can do in the 5th. Just looked a little tentative that last frame. I think he's got to just get out there and throw the ball.
And he got that dreaded head pin.
Terrible break there. You can see he actually wobbled the right 3-pin a little bit, but no luck. 98 in the 4th. He'll just try and clean it up for 113 in the 5th.
Oh no.
That's been a common traveled route today, that hole down the middle.
I think a lot of times you're looking for that ball and instead you throw your strike ball aiming for the wrong spot. Or
Practicing for
Yes.
the next race. Okay, so he takes the 10 count. He's got 108 5th. Still not a bad start, 108 in the 5th. There's lots of room there. Lionel getting up. He's going to throw his 5th frame here. He's got 93 in the 3rd and a spare in the 4th.
And Lionel did the same thing.
Seen quite a few of those today in our final. plenty of them in the ladies' matches, and now the men are starting to pop them out.
Lionel also has a backup ball, so he gets good mixing action. Let's see if he can get 15 on this. Nope, 12.
Takes a 12 count. He'll just try and shake that off.
A lot of times you overcompensate when you're shooting for those two. That's why you hit either the one or the other.
So it's important. You just leave that last frame behind him. He's got to get up here and concentrate on the work at hand. Actually, a very close match there. We've
Very
got
close.
17 pins separating the two competitors.
So it's still anybody's game. And that's what you have to do when you get ahead pins. Just come back with a strike.
Okay, let's see if Al can get things started here in the 6th frame. Looks good.
Yes, and he comes back with a strike.
Dandy ball. That's the one I watch him throw week in and week out during his league bowling, and that's why he's got that 252 average. Let's see if he can back it up with another one here. Yes.
Oh, he got a good break there. That's that mixing ball. That's a lot easier to deal with than head pin.
Yes. Good.
I see our cheering section has woke up a bit.
So Al's got the strike and the spare. 138 in the 6th. Lionel gets up to throw a 7th frame here. See him getting set. You know he's going to be there.
Oh, he just missed that.
I spoke too soon. Missed on the left a little bit. And he takes
Yes,
the spare.
spare. The camera's got a good shot of that cheering section that you hear from time to time.
There we see our qualifier that just walked out of the picture for the next match. Our top qualifier is Harry Porter.
Lionel gets set for the next ball. Oh, he got tapped on that one.
Tough break there. You'll just try and have this up. Good solid.
Yes, sir. You don't see Lionel miss those too many times.
So we've got Lionel with 183 in the 7th, spare in the 8th. Al's got 138 in the 6th and spare in the 7th. He gets set and throws 8th frame.
He can close the gap a bit more if he gets a strike here. Nice spare. So he keeps it close. Still 17 pins difference here.
They're keeping it close. They're going to give us an exciting finish to this one.
That's
Looks
right.
like. Al Harrison gets set to throw his first ball in the 9th frame.
He can put the pressure on by
Absolutely.
getting a strike here.
This is where it gets exciting.
No.
tough when they're 18 count on the spare. That really hurts him. Now he's going to try and spare this up.
Oh, it's a nice spare.
Very important spare there. That keeps him in the game. Lionel's got the upper hand here. He's got 183 in the 7th, and that's spare in the 8th. And he's going to try and pile a strike on top of that here.
He can really bring it home by striking out.
Get over!
Oh, great ball. So Lionel has a chance here to put the match away. He's got 213 in the 8th, a strike in the 9th for a possible 303, and all he needs to lock this game up is a 260 game. So let's see what he can do here in the 10th. Well, it's anybody's match still now. Lionel's got
That head pin just killed them there in the 10th. Gives a little opening for Al. There is a door for Al to sneak through now.
Absolutely. He's got to basically strike out, but we have 235. And Lionel just going to try and take the big side here. So he's got 247. So Al needs, he's got 184. 8th, spare in the 9th. He needs 2 strikes and then some change to take this match. Ooh, that ball there just cost him the match. So our winner of that match is going to be Lionel Baker. Al's just got to try and finish it off. He's got a possible 234 game left. Fires it up. And he'll just try and cap it off with a strike here. And Lionel Baker will be going on to meet Harry Porter in the final match. That'll be a rematch of the final from 1993.
That's
Those
right. 2
bowlers, Harry Porter and Lionel Baker.
Should be an exciting one.
So Al finishes off with 224, and Lionel has a 247 as we see them shake hands, and we'll get started with the final match between Lionel Baker and Harry Porter in just a few minutes.
Let's watch the replays of Lionel getting his final strike there to win the match. That was a beautiful thrown ball. Let's see if he can do the same in the next match against Harry Porter.
Let's make some wagers. How much? 1 or 2. Not a Montreal's boss.
And here's a replay of Al's ball and the way he threw the strike there in the last game. We're getting ready for the next match. We'll have Lionel Baker facing Harry Porter, and this is a rematch of our last year's King and Queen. Harry had an average of 283 this year, and Lionel has an average of 271. Harry's high triple has been on the 11-16, and Harry's high single was a 450. We would like to thank Pepsi for all their hard work sponsoring this tournament this year. Harry Porter's getting all ready to go, and here comes Lionel.
Okay, so I think the competitors are about ready. We've got them down in the bowlers area, and we're ready for our final match to determine our King of the Lanes for 1994, Margo.
Yes, and we'd like to thank Selkirk Beverages for all their hard work during this tournament.
Looking at the two fellas down there, looks like a repeat of last year. Should be a good match. We got the two highest average bowlers here in Cranbrook bowling against one another. We got starting off, we have Lionel Baker and his competitor, Harry Porter.
I would say the crowd is ready.
The crowd's going to have a bit of fun with these guys, without a doubt. Lionel gets set. Let's see if he can start off.
He's really in his form today. Let's see if Harry can match that.
Of course, Lionel bowled a 399 in the final match last year to become our King of the Lanes, and let's see what Harry can do here. He's not one to roll over and die very easily either.
He matches with a strike. Both Lionel and Harry have done lots of tournament bowling, so they're used to the pressure that's involved.
Oh, absolutely, and I'm not only used to it, but thrive on it, I think, is an apt way to describe it. These two fellas. And Harry starts with two in a row, and Lionel gets up. He's got a strike in the first. Let's see what he can do in the second. If they keep throwing like that, Margo, we won't have much of a job. We just get to sit and watch.
That's right. I'd like to see it go right down to the last ball.
Absolutely. Lionel gets set. Let's see what he can do.
And he got that pesky head pin again. At least it's still early in the game that he can come back.
And no one likes to see those, but there's always the chance that your opponent's going to get one too. So you just try and clean them up the best you can, and just stay in the game.
And he almost spared that, by the way. That pin just missed.
As he shoots for 15 here in the second.
That's all he can clean up. It's so important to clean up all your deadwood when you're bowling, because that's 150 pins right there.
We just got to leave the last frame behind him. Try for that strike here. Just important that he gets his ball out on the lanes and lets it work. Good looking ball. Oh,
just tapped.
Shooting for the spare here. And he covers. So Harry's got two in a row. Goes for three in a row.
Both men like to work that ball to get it feeling comfortable in their hand before they throw it. And that hurts.
Harry gets the head pin, so he'll count 35 in the first frame, and they'll just try and clean him up here, take the 15 count, move on to the next frame. he does. Takes the 15. He's just going to try and get set here. You'll notice Harry takes a fair bit of time, but it's important for him that he doesn't place the ball. He has to continue to throw the ball out there, let it work.
Just missed the head on that. I'm sure he'll come back and spare this easy shot.
That's right. Harry's packing a 283 average. You can't have a whole lot of open frames and bowl an average like that. He's got one there, but I don't think we're going to see too many more out of him.
That's right.
I remember a few years ago, Margo, that both Harry and Lionel went to the Canadian National Championship. And Harry and Lionel had two of the highest averages there. I believe their two averages were in the top 10 out of all the competitors there from throughout the country. So we're watching a couple of top-notch guys out here today.
Get over!
Nice finish. It's so neat to watch when that ball just finishes like that and pins scramble.
So Lionel's got one in a row. He's just got to remember to throw his ball, get it out there on the lane, and it'll work for him. Just such a close miss.
Sounded like he set his ball down on that one instead of getting it out over the lane. Let's see if he
That's
can.
right. He seems to just sometimes when he misses to the right, he has a tendency to just set that ball down a bit early.
He wanted that one back.
So it's still anyone's match here. We've got Lionel with 100 in the fourth, Harry with 90 in the fourth, and Harry gets set to throw his fifth frame.
Oh, and Harry's got another head pin.
Punch is there, but that still doesn't hurt him too much here. He's just a bit behind, and as we all know, this guy can finish a game better than most. So
That's right.
he's just gonna try and take the 13 count here, move on, and get something started in the sixth. Ooh, tough one there. Runs both the 3 pins through for an 11 count. He's got 101 in the fifth. Still lots of room for a big game there. So perhaps he rushed that one a little bit. Margo, he just has to take that time to get set. Of course, Lionel beat Harry last year in the final, and I've got to think that Harry maybe wants a little bit of
That's right. Threw a nice ball that time. He slowed his first step down. Sometimes bowlers tend to move all over the alley when all they have to do is just slow their first step down or bend down a little bit more.
That's right. There's lots of little intricacies involved, and everyone does things a little bit differently, but it's important that they get set, maintain their balance right up until the point of delivery.
That was a good ball.
There we hear the crowd participation. We got a lively bunch in the bleachers here. Lionel's just going to try and block that all out now. He gets up there and he's just seeing one thing, that portion of the head pin that he wants to hit.
Get on there!
It's amazing when gets behind you, how well you can begin to bowl.
That's right. Harry gets up here and he knows exactly what he's got to do. He's got his work cut out for him here. Lionel's got a bit of the upper hand on him, but nothing a couple of strikes can't fix, and this guy can throw him. Oh, really tough one there.
We have seen so many of those today. All you can do is get 15.
Just going to try and clean it up. Well, he's opened his 7th up here with a head pin, and just going to try for the 13 count. And Harry really needs a strong finish here. It's important that he gets something here in the 8th frame.
Still 135 pins left that he could get.
He's just got to throw his ball. Just be relaxed and throw his ball, and he'll strike. So Harry's got 134, 7th, strike in the 8th. He's got a possible 269 game. Lionel's sitting up here, strike in the 6th, strike in the 7th. He gets set to throw his 8th. Lionel's got 175 in the 6th here, strike in the 7th, strike in the 8th.
Lionel likes that cheer.
He's smiling.
Yeah. So you can tell
Steps onto the approach, and then all of a sudden the smile's gone and the concentration face is on.
That's right.
Now you see why they call him Tiger.
Mm-hmm. He never lets up. I'm glad I'm not bowling against him.
So he's got 220, a couple of strikes. Harry's got 134 working on a strike here in the 8th, and
just moved at the last minute.
So Harry's just got to try and put the pressure on here, finish with a big 10th frame, and the rest is up to Lionel, Margo. Oh, that one cost him.
Yeah. He knew he needed that one.
That's right. So he's just going to try and spare this up here. And that one cost him the match. Our King of the Lanes for 1994. Repeating champion from last year, Lionel Baker. Harry's just going to try, take the 5 count, or the 15 count here in the 10th. 209 game. And now we'll see our King of the Lanes for the 2nd year in a row, Mr. Lionel Baker, otherwise known as Tiger or Bakes, try and finish off the 10th frame in style here. He's got a big game up there still. 220, strike in the 8th, strike in the 9th, possible 355.
Over! Get over! Yeah!
He gets the first one.
Way to go, Bakes!
Lionel gets set here. He's got an easy 300 game, just what he's going to finish up with. Oh, tough one there. He's not too disappointed. That's the best place in the world for that one after you've got the match sewn up. So
It's also got 300 in the ninth, so I don't think he's too disappointed.
that's right. 325 game. Just a terrific effort. Competitors shake hands there. Congratulations to Lionel Baker. There he is, King of the Lanes for 1994, second year in a row. Just some terrific bowling for Lionel and great matches today. I just want to take the opportunity to once again thank our wonderful sponsors, Selkirk Beverages, our local distributors of Pepsi Cola. Thanks to Chuck, Eric, Randy, and all of the gang down there for their support throughout the season. And please stay with us. We'll get on with the awards presentations momentarily.
We're going to show a replay of Lionel's last strike here.
Look at the concentration.
He's always so very focused as he throws that in there.
There we go. He almost makes it look easy.
That's right.
Doesn't matter. For you.
Here comes Harry's last strike as you watch him get set up. Such poise these two men show when they're throwing the ball.
Both seasoned competitors, and really, you know, it was a good match. It was Lionel walking away with it at the end, but really both of those guys, they have the ability to throw just monster games, Margo, and another good final, another great tournament.
That's right.
So that concludes the men's portion of our tournament. Our winner there, Lionel Baker. We'll be doing our medal presentations in just a second, and I'd just like to thank my co-hosts, Margo Meldrum and Harry Porter, for their work today, and also a special thank you to our sponsors, Pepsi Cola, our local bottlers, Selkirk Beverages, Chuck, and all of the gang down there. We appreciate their support, and a big thank you to all of the guys from Shaw Cable for their work here at our tournament today. Well, it was an exciting day here at the Lanes as we held our 1994 King and Queen of the Lanes tournament at Juniper Lanes. Just before we get started with our award presentations, I'd like to thank our generous sponsors, the people over at Selkirk Beverages, our local distributors of Pepsi Cola products. I'd like to thank Chuck and Eric, Randy, and all of the crew over there for their dedication throughout the year. So we have our Queen and King of the Lanes here for 1994, and we'd like to present you folks with these lovely plaques. And our Queen of the Lane for 1994, Margaret Sissons.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And our King of the Lanes for this year, second year in a row, Lionel Baker. Congratulations. I just like each to say a few quick words and some thoughts on the tournament today.
I'd just like to thank Shaw Cable and Selkirk Beverages, and thank everyone, all the fans, and it was a great tournament.
Okay, thank you, Margaret, and great bowling today, and congratulations again. Lionel, any thoughts?
I'd like to thank Pepsi and Juniper Lanes and Shaw Cable for making this possible, and everybody who bowled in it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, and congratulations again to both of you, and I hope to all the folks out there you enjoyed our show today, and it was a pleasure hosting it and a lot of fun.